Welcome back to another episode of Legacy Builders Unleashed podcast. I'm your host, Melinda Colón, and I'm here with a special guest, Danielle Thompson from NTTA here, in Texas. I was going to say here in Orlando, but you're in Texas. And what's great about this conversation today is Danielle has been in procurement for a while. She's seen things from different agencies, and she's bringing a vast amount of expertise and knowledge into this conversation today and really impacting how things are done where she is. So I'm very grateful for you to be here today, Danielle.
Thank you so much for allowing me to join on this podcast. I think we share similar passions, and I'm looking forward to this conversation.
Amazing, amazing. Me too, me too. All right, so let's go ahead and just dive into it because
Yes.
actually, the first thing that we didn't cover before the episode, I wanted to ask you a little bit about you, like who you are. What,
Yeah.
Tell me more other than like a fashionista. Who are you?
Well, thank you. So thank you for the question, because this work, it is personal.
Yeah.
And your heart is my heart, and it sounds like yours as well, is very connected to this. So the question is valuable. So although I am in Texas and I love Texas, I am a Midwestern girl. I am from Columbus, Ohio. I am a
Wow.
true Buckeye alumni for life.
Let's
And
go.
I, carry those Midwest values. And so I have worked in the state of Ohio for Governor John Kasich, and I've done
Mm,
similar work there. Again, OSU graduate, and attended Ohio Christian University for my MBA and currently working on my PhD.
nice.
This procurement space really came out of life.
Yeah.
I was able to see in my community versus other communities, across the railroad tracks and up north, where there was vast opportunity, not
Mm,
just for education, but for the families, for the generations that was not present in my community. And so just dealing with that reality actually started this interest in childhood. So I've been able to really get into this space across different industries, government, aviation, retail. And I came to Texas a decade ago to do this work at DFW International Airport, and as well as lead the City of Dallas Office of Procurement Services, Contract Management, the Small Business Enterprise, as well as all of our auctions and retail revenue for the City of Dallas. So here, at the North Texas Tollway Authority. We are an agency of the state of Texas, and I lead the procurement team here. And so, again, this work is very, very close to my heart, but this work is very personal. It came from, again, me looking around in my neighborhood and my family and saying, hey, we don't have the same business opportunities or
mm,
the same outcomes as maybe my friends in a different area. And that question bothered me, but I was more interested in why not and how do I solve that? So
let's
here I
go.
am. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. I love that you asked yourself that question
Oh,
instead
yeah.
of sitting in it, right? Like
Oh, yeah.
it that doesn't do anything but to
It
move and
doesn't.
take action. And it
Yes.
proves that you did the right thing because
Yes.
of where you are. Wow,
Yes.
that's amazing. Oh gosh.
Thank you.
So a little bit about like, thank you so much for sharing a little bit about like who you are, because I love hearing that. When you said Midwest girl, it's like, oh wow, that's
Yeah.
awesome. I love hearing that. Like, what is your role as the director of procurement? What does that consist of?
Absolutely. So the North Texas Tollway Authority manages all of the highways here
Mm,
in North Texas. There's similar systems across the country, where effectively we are managing and creating safe traffic for
mm,
our customers. North Dallas and really the Texas region, Southwest, we are booming. Everyone's coming here. They're not paying attention to our signs. Don't come, we're full. They're still coming. Um, and so with that, it is traffic. You
yeah,
have to be able to get to where you're going.
yeah.
And everything is bigger here in Texas. So your drive is longer, the distance is wider, and
Mm,
that's
oh
okay
yeah.
because we have systems and roadways to get you there safer. So we really manage our lanes, the actual safety of the roadway, but there's a lot that goes into that. This is very heavy technology based.
Mm,
So in order to pay a toll, have your license plate scanned, to look up at the different safety screens to see, oh, my drive is going to take 7 minutes or 2 minutes if I exit here. All of that intel and calculation is based on a very strong technology foundation that we have here. So our procurement department manages all of the purchases, sourcing for goods and services for the entire operation.
Wow.
This tollway authority, although we're a state agency, we are completely independent funded by the tolls that we recap. So we're not spending public dollars, but we are making sure that every dollar that our drivers spend, we are putting it back into the streets to get them there faster and safer. So my team, we manage everything from construction, architectural and engineering, to IT, to working with Google and all of the huge IT players into AI. So this team does all of our procurements competitive, and then we get our departments what they need to make our roads faster and safer.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Wow. It sounds like
Yes.
Texas is really staying ahead of what's happening
Yeah.
in our world. And so that makes me very
Absolutely.
happy. Wow, that's amazing.
Yes.
So what do you wish, as we're talking about contractors, like what do you wish more business owners understood before they ever try to sell to your
Yeah.
agency?
Well, I'll keep this pretty inclusive of all industries.
Okay.
What business owners need to understand about their product and their service is that we understand that is your baby, right? That is something you've learned to do, something
Yeah.
you've mastered. It's a craft, it's a product that you know.
Yeah.
We don't have that same knowledge. And although
Mm,
you may have the absolute best widget, I may not know that. And so there's a fine line
yeah.
between trying to impose your passion upon buyers and sellers and companies versus communicating the importance and the value of it. I have met hundreds of business owners who get so excited and worked up about their product. They get they're unable sometimes to communicate that in a way that allows me to see, I need that.
Yeah.
So understanding your pitch, understanding your value add outside of your passion or in addition to your passion is critical.
Yeah.
It's all in the delivery of how you bring and present that good or service to us. So understand, I can understand passion because I'm passionate about a lot of things.
Same.
But when it comes to business, you have to be able to transform that passion into a purpose that I can appreciate for your good or service.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's so big, right?
yeah.
Experts, I often in my business find that experts don't know, like their jumbled
Hmm.
language is just like it's overwhelming. It's
It is.
break it down so that I'm a
Yes,
4-year-old. I
that's
just
it.
I don't understand. And so you might be excited about it. I have no
Yes,
idea what you're talking about.
that's right. That's right.
Right.
It's very
Wow.
true.
That's so good. And what it does is it creates a barrier. It creates
It
a
does.
barrier for communication,
Yeah,
relationship, because it's like how can we partner if I don't understand what you do or
absolutely.
why you're even passionate about what you're doing? Can't
Absolutely.
can't bank on that.
That's
Wow.
right.
When you evaluate vendors, what makes a company instantly stand out as government ready or ready to do
Yeah.
government work?
I think one of the biggest green flags for me is when there is a full integration of my organization into the proposal. So, what I mean by that
Yeah.
is I can see when a company has done their research on the city, the state, the agency that they're proposing on. And the number one way I know that is in the content. So, you are speaking our
Mm,
language, you're actually stating this is where your mission and values are, and this is how my company, we align with that.
yeah.
Or here's a way that we have been able to innovate or be creative in the space that you're in. Or here are our aspirations to
Yeah.
be XYZ, even if you haven't reached there. But you would be unpleasantly surprised at how many canned proposals we get. So if I
Oh.
see a proposal for us with another organization's name, it really is um, to your disadvantage, not to
Yeah.
take the time to customize your bid or proposal. I've seen it in both. So a green flag for me that lets me know this is going to be a partner, just
Yeah.
not a contractor. It
Mm,
lets me know there's a mutual investment, and it lets me know that they actually value the dollars that we are committed to spend in exchange for their good or service when they are research and I see it in a proposal. Again, it's very
love that.
small
I
to
love
change
that.
a company name, just like on your resume or your CV.
Yeah.
Switch out that name
Yeah.
and switch out that
Come on,
title,
y'all.
um, because that's your entryway, right? Or
Mm,
that is what is going to close the door.
yeah. It's a first impression.
It
It's
is.
this like, and especially down at the local and state level,
Yes.
and what you said, I picked up on, you called it drivers. You talked about
Yes.
drivers, which
Yes.
means that that's who you care about. That's who you're doing
Right.
this for, what your
That's
work
right.
is. And so clients doesn't feel right. Doesn't sound like you
Correct.
even went to our website and looked at
Nope.
anything we say.
Nope.
Um, because it's just those small attention to detail that
Yes.
really tells you that they care about putting their best foot forward, which is
Right.
ultimately going to be the next step
That is.
if you choose them as an awarded contractor. So
Absolutely.
wow. Something I wrote down is partner. And
Yes.
I love that word. I really believe that how we're all created is to partner with each other. We
Yes.
were never meant to be in silos.
That's
And
right.
in government contracting, it's such an opportunity to partner with
It
other
is.
firms that can complement
Yes.
what you do. And it's an advantage
It is.
because it's like it's leverage. And we were talking
It
about leverage a
is.
little bit
That's
before the
right.
call, but it's that leverage because most people want to do it themselves, but it
That's right.
takes longer and it's harder, and
It
oftentimes
is.
it doesn't result in the success that they're looking for.
That's
And
right.
that partnership, I love that with the agency is so
Yeah.
key. But then also listening to how can I partner on this side so that
That's
the
right.
agency gets the result that they desire? I need to be honest with myself. What are my weaknesses? What are my
Mm-hmm.
strengths?
That's it.
And partnering with someone who can be complementary to deliver
Yes.
excellence, because then everybody wins, right?
Everybody needs. Yep.
Amazing.
Yes.
What is the biggest red flag? We talked about green flags. What are the
Yeah.
biggest red flags that cause you to pass on a vendor or a proposal?
So this is probably a really interesting response that you're going to give for this. And believe it or not, it's when a firm promises in a bid or proposal that they can do all things. We can build it,
Oh,
we can demo it, we can put, flowers on it, we can landscape it, we can do security on it, we can do it all. And the reason why that is a red flag is because it's telling me that your expertise, your craft is so general that we can put a
mm,
lot of things in your bucket, but I don't know where the mastery is. That's not to say you
wow.
can't have
So
mastery
good.
over a couple things. But
Yeah.
when I am looking for a firm to rebuild a building on my property, I want to know that you can build a building. I think it's fantastic if you have a firm or a part of your organization that can do the landscaping, but be very clear about what you can do. If
Yeah.
you are a mason and you do masonry, build those bricks and you tell me how you build those
You're
bricks.
right.
And I'm good. Now, if you tell me later on, hey, I've built up where I can also do this, fantastic. But it really is, especially for our smaller and minority-owned firms,
Yeah.
master, master the basics of what you do and what you bring to the table. If
Mm.
you have, again, a car wash, a mobile car wash service for an organization such as ours that has a lot of vehicles, tell me everything about that car wash and don't you dare tell me that you're going to do paint and dent,
Right.
master. Don't tell me you're going to do an oil change
Not paint and
and
dent.
switch out my tires, right? Um, unless you can, but I do see this quite a bit and I understand it. There is a need for contracting opportunities. There's a need to get these chances locked in. And so there is this, I get it. It's a window to say, hey, we can do it all. Just give us
Yeah.
anything. But the risk for you and the risk for the agency is that you will not be successful, or you may not be able to meet the safety, the deliverables,
Yes.
and all of the requirements. And so what that does for you, the way that contracts are written, which is to preserve the agency and the company,
Yes.
you can lose a lot of money. You could
Mm.
potentially lose your business from lawsuits and the legalities that are built into the contracts. And
Wow.
so I think
Yes.
it's so important on so many levels that firms
Yeah.
master your offering, master your portfolio, so that you can do it, but you can do it well.
Yes. Wow. I loved that answer so much. Oh, that spoke to my soul. You know, mastery. What does mastery do? Mastery is iterations over iterations until you get it
That's right.
right. And so you have all
That's
of
right.
those lessons learned that
Yes.
someone else doesn't have because
That's right.
that other person is trying to be the guru. Oh,
That's
yeah, I
right.
can do that too. And I can do that too.
I
And I
do
can do
that.
that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
because you didn't go deep enough, you're missing so
Yeah.
much
Yes.
value that you can
That's right.
deliver in that experience. And so we you can't be surprised when you are not asked, you're not invited to bid again, or
That's right.
hey, yeah, let's just go ahead and get this done and over with and
That's
hurry
right.
up, and the relationship is
Yeah.
sour. So
Absolutely.
I love that what you're saying about mastery. And then,
Yeah.
yes, it is it's the small business
Yeah.
owners.
Yeah.
They're the culprits because of various reasons, right? You know, some of the
Absolutely.
reasons I hear are I just want to win a contract, right?
That's right.
I want to
That's
know that
right.
I can do it. Get it.
That's
I
right.
totally get it. But
Yeah.
from my perspective, and I'm a
Mhm.
God girl, so I believe that God has already gifted you
That's right.
everything you need to be
Absolutely.
great in the world. So we just have to
Right.
tap into that. It's
That's
our
right.
oil, right? It's our
Yes.
oil, and we just need to go ahead and sell that. And
Absolutely.
then we can grow
That's
and
right.
expand once we
That's
know that
right.
it works. And yeah, so just kind of some love for our audience, but that was
Absolutely.
that was such a powerful message. Thank you so much for answering that
Of
question that
course.
way.
Absolutely.
Now, what makes someone memorable or trustworthy on your
Hmm.
end?
Hmm. Well, the vendors that I remember, um, to this day throughout my career
Mm,
are the vendors that have integrity.
yeah.
And that is a lofty adjective we throw around: integrity, integrity. But true integrity in business, it speaks to all areas of the operation. So there's integrity in the quality of your work, yes. There's integrity in your bid and proposal, meaning what you put in there is true, it is
Mm,
verifiable, and you have pure intentions with your commitments, meaning you
yes.
truly believe I am going to be able to deliver it. But integrity comes in the moments when there is conflict or when there is some type of issue that arises. So if there is a safety matter that's out of compliance, I have seen this, and integrity allows that company to jump ahead of it, to own it, to take accountability, but then fix it. I have
Yes.
seen the complete opposite, where there's
Mm,
a deflection of responsibility. There's a refusal to come to the table and discuss it. And that speaks volumes. You want to talk about reasons you are not invited to bid or reasons why you just can't break back through. It's because you
mm,
did not have integrity. Your
wow.
name, your business, your brand, those are reflections of you. And so if it's not inside, it can't come out.
Ooh.
So when you come to do work and you in any function, bring integrity with you. And
Mm,
that's how you are set apart. There are vendors who may have higher pricing. There are vendors who may have a smaller team. But when I know they can deliver with integrity, that means my company, our asset is safe in your hands.
yeah.
And that's why I'm going to trust you.
Yes. Wow.
I
I
remember the
can,
firms with integrity.
you remember them. Like you're
I
just like,
remember them.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
And just like when you were talking about that,
Yeah.
I could see that you just smiled even more. So they
Oh, yeah.
just left an impression like, man,
That's right.
wow.
That's right. That's right. And you know what's interesting about that, to break it on down a little bit deeper,
Yeah.
I know those firms because of bad situations that have happened to them that they made good on. So
Wow.
these companies are
They weren't
not,
perfect.
they weren't perfect,
No.
but in the midst of an error or some type of damage or some type of miscalculation or poor planning, That's how I got to know that they had integrity, because it was in them in that situation and it came out.
Wow.
Yeah,
And that gives you more trust in that they will deliver and get
absolutely.
better because they care about
Absolutely.
not only you, but their reputation with you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's powerful.
Yeah.
I gosh, there's so much to break down about this
Yeah.
because it it's awareness. It's this it's slowing down to be wise about our decisions
Absolutely.
and not just winning it because there's dollar
That's right.
signs, but winning it because I can deliver on it.
That's right.
I can do the best that I can. My dad used to say, like, if you're not going to do it good, don't do it at all.
Don't do it at all.
Don't
That's
even
right.
try. Just leave it
That's right.
alone. So, wow. And still to this day, I mean, you've been in
Okay.
you've like this is your
Yeah.
career. And you're like,
Yes, it
I
is.
remember to this day. It's like, wow,
Yes,
like what a
I
memorable
do.
thought.
I do.
And do you think about them when there's like scopes of services that they could potentially deliver on? You might think like, oh man, I wish they were nearby, or I wish
Yeah.
they were available to do this. Like, do you ever consider that?
I do. I think about firms even throughout my career, as I've been in different capacities across, different states. And there are firms that I know can deliver
Yeah.
at the level that we need them to. But I also will tell you that when there is partnership and when there
Mm,
is relationship, not only do I follow their work, but they follow me as well. And so they know to my name, what I am doing is with excellence, and I am pure invested in my work and what I take on as a person. I take it very personal, and so they now trust me. And so that relationship and partnership is a two-way street.
it's two-way
It's
street.
not just that we need to partner with you. No, you need to partner with us. And
Yes.
so those relationships are key. This is personal. It's professional, but it's personal.
It's
And
personal.
so, yeah, I know some of those firms, and some of those firms do business where I'm at and at other organizations. And again, there is nothing needed on my behalf. The work speaks for itself. So I remember them, I know them, and yes, the work actually speaks for itself. So they get more jobs and more jobs.
I think about the process. Was it, is the process similar? Or let me take a step back and ask
Okay.
it this way. The What is the one thing about the procurement process
Mhm.
that people just never ask about, and they
Mhm.
should absolutely do that?
There is one major component about the entire procurement process, solicitation process, that I think is habitually ignored. So much so, I remember doing a master class on this, and it is learning the terms and conditions,
Oof.
reading the terms and conditions, and asking questions about the terms and conditions.
Mm.
So in your solicitation, the packet, you will see a draft or an example contract with the terms
Yes.
and conditions. Businesses are not reading terms and conditions. And the way that I know that is because they're not aware of the damages, the fees for
Mm.
delays, the indemnity. They don't know what that means and what it looks like.
What it,
They don't understand the requirements, the availability demands.
mm.
Um, you may think you are doing a simple landscaping job and you neglect to look in that terms and conditions area, and you may not realize you have a 24-hour window to repair exotic, plants, or 12 hours to repair a broken limb. That in itself has different responsibilities, but it
Yeah.
also has damages collected to it.
Mm.
And breaches of contract. What is a
Wow.
breach of contract? You need to know that because you are responsible for it.
Mm.
I have seen firms so excited, and I understand, to get a contract.
Yeah.
And they literally sign their life away on these contracts. They have no idea what they're agreeing to. So yes, it is best if you can have an attorney, if you can have someone with contract background, but taking the time to read it for yourself. And there's so many tools. I mean,
Yeah.
we can throw things in Chat GPT. You
Hello.
can go online. You can
Yeah.
get law students to look
Everything.
at this and interpret it for free. Learn those terms and conditions for every contract you sign.
And just to
And you
put your,
have the opportunity to
yeah.
discuss it. You have the opportunity to
Yes.
do what we call a red line. And you can
Mm-hmm.
say, hey, we don't agree to this. Can we negotiate it?
Yep.
Do
Yeah.
that.
And oftentimes it is a question.
It is.
Review the attached
Yes.
contract and
Yes.
provide your comments or suggestions.
That's
Like it
right.
is a question that is
It
included in the
is.
RFP.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Wow. Well, that's
Yeah.
really interesting. Terms and conditions.
Yes. Yes.
I don't know about you, but I can't sign nothing without read it.
Yeah.
Just like I'm not gonna
I
put
don't click OK until I'm reading. It can say, do you want these apple bites or what? Let me read first. Um, it's important, y'all. I mean,
Yeah.
our whole life is really bound by contracts.
Yes.
And from your credit cards, your car payment, your home.
Yep.
And, if you've ever bought a home, we're signing papers for a long
Oh,
time.
yeah.
Read those documents.
Yes.
It's important to do.
Yes. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Wow. 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 I want to move from terms and condition to pricing
Yeah.
because I feel like it's
Okay.
one and the same in a way. Because
Hmm.
how are we not reading well, how are we not reading what we're responsible for? And then we're not allocating that obviously in our price because we're not reading it.
Correct.
So
Correct.
what separates a strategic bid from a sloppy one other than, you could tell just by looking at it, they didn't do their due diligence.
Yeah. Well, one thing that we can see when there is pricing, unit pricing, and things of that, because we're getting multiple bids and proposals, is market research. So we can tell when a firm has done their due diligence to understand the fluctuations in the economy, the fluctuations with the industry,
Yeah.
with availability. So right now, oil prices are cheaper. And
Yeah.
so there's a direct impact to our construction and cement and things. So when we look at a bid or proposal and we see the pricing today, as it was 3 years ago, or we see it at a very inflated rate, we know not only are you not paying attention to the market, but again, your level of knowledge and integrity that you're bringing to this
Yeah.
is limited. And
Yeah.
so that takes mastery and well, that takes investment on both sides. It
Mm.
takes it from the vendor community, the industry, but it also takes it on the agency. We have to know what the market is speaking to what we need. And when we take that and we look at these bids and proposals,
Mm.
we want to see that you know what we see. We want
Mm.
to see that you've looked at the indexes for rubber or for whatever, for
Yeah.
piping. And we want to see that you've done that as well. And so, of course, when you have a very high overhead, we see that. And that's,
Yes.
there are percentages that are appropriate, market appropriate, but we see that. So for us, and I'll speak for myself, I want to see that you've done your market research on your product.
Mm.
It's very important to have a partner understand the cost associated with their work so that we can pay them appropriately, but also so that we could get the proper pricing.
That's so powerful. It's such a
Yeah,
powerful thought. Market research, understanding
yeah,
those the materials, the costs that are
yes,
associated with how you deliver
yes,
whatever you deliver. And it could
yes,
be for service businesses, it just could be
yeah,
subscriptions, right?
it
Like
is.
something like that, something as simple as
Yeah,
that. But we all know, right? Because we're all living in the same world. So you're right.
that's
The
right.
gas has gone up down a little bit.
Yeah,
And it tends to do that, right? Around the
correct,
holidays, it goes down a
correct,
little bit and
correct.
then starts to
Yeah,
creep up in January, February,
yeah,
and
yeah.
summertime it's kind of like wild. But
Right.
these are things that keep integrity, right? Your price
Yeah.
should not be, you know, your price should be in alignment with what
Yes.
we're seeing in the market.
Correct.
And 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 what I'm hearing overall, Danielle, is you're saying just be a good business owner,
Yeah.
right? Not just related to contracts, but just government contracts. Just be a good business owner in general. That way you don't have to
Absolutely.
tiptoe yourself through government contracting.
Yeah.
It's just business.
It
You're just
is.
doing business.
You're absolutely right. Being a good business owner has so many different prongs to it. And that's why there are just a few, there's a lot of businesses, but it is a very intense business process. It takes over your family, it takes over your life. And so if you're going to do it, as your father would say, if you're not going to do it good, don't do it at all. But it takes so much from you. You need to know your craft and the industry, but you also need to pay attention to politics. You need to understand different things on the international platform. Wars impact costs. Politics impact costs and tariffs. And so all of that is important. It's all important as a business owner. And so it can be overwhelming. I want to say this to encourage small and minority firms who may not have the academic or the institutionalized business knowledge. That is okay. As a matter of fact, and it's an advantage because you can master and learn your craft, this business online for free. You can go to different centers and professionals, consultants such as yourself, and say, how do I do this? And believe me, you will get the information. So there is, of course, business schools and institutions, and those things I have taken part of. But that is not to say that if you have a gift that you had within you and it will stay with you forever, you have resources that you can tap into to make you an amazing business leader and a business owner, absolutely at the fingertips. So be encouraged. If you don't have that background, that is not something that you should let discourage you. You keep pressing forward and you get the information because it's out there.
It is 100% out there and readily available.
It is.
You know what it feels like? I feel like we're in a season of just everybody is working and supporting you in your journey. That's what it kind of feels that way. It's just like, man, there's so much access and availability to the answers that I need to all the questions that I have when I need them, when I have them.
Absolutely.
So powerful.
Fully restorative. You can find where those areas that you're missing knowledge or there's a void of access, you can find it nowadays easier than we ever have in human existence. So to your point, it's out there for you. You just got to go get it.
Just go get it. Just go get it.
That's right.
Now, what are some of the trends or changes you're seeing right now as that's coming towards or coming opportunities for vendors that should prepare for right now?
This will come at no surprise. Number one, it is artificial intelligence. In every function of our lives. AI is here, and the best way to proceed in your business and your personal life, it is to learn it. Learn how it is used, learn how you can apply it and implement it in your business. Even if, let's say you are selling a product, some type of widget, you can actually learn how to integrate AI into your website, those customer service access points, learn how to do data analysis, bulk data analysis on who's coming to your social media page, who is coming to your website. When they click on a price, how long do they stay on that page, which should indicate to you, maybe my pricing is too high. You can use this artificial intelligence brain for you. So when we are looking at different offerings for a host of services, when there is language in there that says we have, innovated and created some efficiency within our services, and this is how we're doing that. We are bringing to you 24-hour, access to whatever, and it's all in your package, is all in your offering. That lets me know you're ahead of the game and you're going to take us there. Landscaping, again, I do that because this is Texas, so we're cutting grass year round. We're cutting ground year round, So your billing, your marketing, sending your invoices, and again, reaching out to your businesses and constant communication. Use technology for that. You don't have to be in the front office struggling to do these things. There are literal systems and programs that can do it for you. So that is a trend that I'm seeing, and it is going up. I
Yes.
mean, AI is in every single thing. So I would encourage everyone, if you haven't tapped into AI, there are free courses everywhere. You can YouTube it to understand how to use it and then build your knowledge. But I will say one of the things that is going to set businesses apart is learning how to use and integrate AI into their business.
Mm, that's really good. One of the things that I noticed is the difference between, like, after looking at thousands of proposals, the difference between
Oh,
winning proposals and then
yeah.
losing proposals is how clear they are and how they
Oh,
deliver
yes.
excellence.
Yes.
And when they
Yes.
can say, okay, so here you are and where you want to go, and so let's walk
Yes.
through it together in the proposal. It's like
Yes.
like it's what you're doing right now. You're just like, oh, like at
Yes.
ease, and just like, oh,
Yes.
thank you for taking the time. And now what I'm hearing you say is like integrating that into their framework
Absolutely.
or their system, how to
Yes.
deliver, because that
Yes.
increases the value of what they're
Exactly.
presenting. Is that what you're?
Exactly.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's great.
And again, to your point, when you have looked at hundreds or thousands of proposals, we really are looking, what is making this firm different?
Hmm.
And what else can they add to this table that they're going to offer us? And it could be something as small as we have integrated AI into all of our reporting dashboards, and
Yes.
we'll be able to provide you analytics on this, whatever we're providing you. It can be very simple, but AI is absolutely something that's going to set you apart.
Ooh, that's so powerful. I hope everybody is taking a note of this, really taking consideration what Danielle is saying, because she is killing it with these answers. Thank you so much, Danielle.
Of
What
course.
else? Like, is there anything else that comes to mind that you want our audience to know and
Mhm.
just to be prepared in their journey of government contracting?
I was thinking about this, and I will say, as a matter from the heart here, not so much with all the titles,
Mm.
um, but be prepared for the journey. You may have a perfectly written, prepared proposal. You may have gone to all the outreach events. You may have done the most amazing pitches and demos and still not be awarded a contract over and over and over again.
Mm,
Business is a long game.
yes.
And you have to be able to prepare yourself mentally, and physically and financially for this. I have seen so many firms come in determined we are going to win. And when they don't get that opportunity, they are so discouraged
Mm,
that they never try again, number one. And then they start to question again the gift or the opportunity, the product or the service that they have within them to give. And so
wow.
what I will tell businesses is no is probably going to be here. It's something you hear a lot,
Yeah.
and that is okay. Sometimes it's protecting you from risk and from opportunities that you're not ready for.
Yeah.
Other times it's for you to build your strength so that you can do these jobs, and be able to handle the risk and be able to handle what comes along with it. Start small. I have also seen firms, again, super, super passionate. They want us, $1 million contract with the city first. Start with those very small and informal purchases and
Yeah.
build your way up. This is
Yeah.
a long-term game. Start small. Sometimes you'll go forward 10 steps and then take 2 steps back. And that's a part of the dance.
Yeah.
So for businesses, and one thing I just would say is, again, master your craft.
Mm,
Keep the main thing the main thing. If you were
yeah.
building bricks, you build them bricks. If you
Yes.
were, if you were cutting grass, if you were, making food, you master that.
Yeah.
And then realize there's going to need some endurance, some perseverance, but don't stop. Keep
Wow.
going, and ask for help. Get help. It is here. You're not alone. We're not built as humans to do anything alone.
Totally.
Companionship and partnership is a part of our DNA. So when you need help, ask for it and you will receive it. So I hope that is encouraging.
Yes.
It's very serious. It's very
Yes.
real. You don't have to do this alone. You're not meant to.
Yes. Wow. Gosh, this was one of the best episodes that we've had. Thank you so much,
Wow.
Danielle.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
This was amazing. You guys, so I'm going to make sure to put some in the show notes about Danielle Thompson and specifically the agency that she's at, so you can take a look at opportunities in your local
Yes.
area, and be a good bidder, be a good or responsible bidder, because
Yes.
I don't want no nonsense over there. And you come and
That's
say that
right.
you found them on Melinda Colón's podcast,
Yes.
and I'm going to say nope, that's not
I don't
true.
know them.
I don't know them. So make sure to take care of
Absolutely.
Danielle and her team because they're doing an outstanding job.
Thank you.
So thank you so much, Danielle, for
Thank
who you
you.
are and what you're doing in our communities.
Absolutely.
And for everyone else listening, go ahead and go get those contracts. Keep working,
Yes.
iterate, and improve. This is what
Yes.
life is about. Just getting 1% better every day. It's not
That's
about
it.
perfection. It's about progress. All right.
I
Take
love
care,
that.
guys. I'll see you.